Alrighty, how you guys doing? It's day before Easter. I'm filming this, and what I want to do is, recently I got a couple of pedals. In fact, the one right here I got just today, and this one I got this past Tuesday. So here I'm reviewing two things. This right here is what we call it's the Nux, or something called Nux Stageman floor. So this is an acoustic preamp that has built-in chorus and reverb, and it's based off the Nux or Nux it was a Stageman acoustic amp. So that's really cool. So, and I have this directly chained to this thing which got today, and it's kind of hard to see, but it's called the sonicake sonicbar rock stage. So it kind of has like a not super high gain, but like kind of a plexi kind of sound, which is pretty cool. So the guitar I'm using today is a Fender Acoustasonic. It's guitar. It has both electric and acoustic pickups. So I decided to use something like this, where instead of having like a big digital board or anything like that, kind of go analog because I like to turn knobs and such. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of demonstrate how first this works, the Nux, then the Sonic bar, the sonicake Sonic bar, and then I'm going to see since I have it chained together, what would be that kind of a good combination, because there are certain things you got to be kind of careful of if you have this set up. Okay, let's first start with the Stageman. So on my Fender Acoustasonic, in like the quote-unquote neck position, all right, and I have kind of like the acoustic dreadnought sound. And now this is just by itself. I have these pedals going through a mixer, and then going into what you'd be hearing as coming from a studio monitor. It's a Yamaha HS8. Very nice flat response sounding monitor. So that's how it sounds. Okay, so this button right here is the preamp. If you see here, these four knobs represent the preamp section. So here we have gain, bass, middle, treble. Very straightforward. This is how it sounds. So obviously it amplifies your basic signal. It's not too bad. This knob right here, let me explain these two black knobs. This knob right here is the reverb knob. So it's on all the time. You can't turn it on and off separately. So you just gotta kind of adjust it to where you like. So it's a pretty subtle reverb. So if it's in the middle, it's sounds pretty good for a guitar, acoustic. It's not overwhelming, which is nice. But if you want that big reverb, you can if you want. But I like to have it right in the middle. It's nice. Okay. So yeah, again, gain, bass, middle, treble. This number here, all the way top, right here, is a notch. So there's a notch filter. So if you, and then there's like a little dip switch right here, so you can like mini switch, you turn it on. And if you have feedback, you can kind of like find where the feedback is. Also, there's a scoop switch, which scoops out the mid, so it gives you more sizzling highs and bass. So let's compare that from with no scoop. So the mids definitely have some presence there, and then as you can hear, the highs pop out more, right? I guess if you want to do, you know, I guess like strumming with, you want especially the first string to pop out better. It's like it's good to. Yeah, you know the reason why, you know, if you notice this recording, I'm doing through the camera mic because, you know, if you do it through like directly, like because this does have a DI out, you know, you can make anything honestly sound pretty good, you know, but I think this gives you like a more accurate sound, especially if it's just coming from you know, like a camera mic. Okay, so that's a scoop sound. I like to keep it though unscooped. So I want the full bass, mid, and high, you know. Yeah. Okay. Finally, this knob right here, all right, is a chorus knob, and it's a pretty effective chorus. Now the chorus you can turn on and off by this. So this is like you know, if you're at they call it 9 o'clock position, it's pretty subtle. If you can get it, you know, really warbly if you want. No other song is acoustic, so I like to keep it, yeah, about that 9-10 o'clock position. So yeah, you know, that's the basic functions, and you know, if you want a pretty good, very, you know, good preamp with a lot of headroom, with reverb and chorus for your acoustic guitar, this is a perfect solution. And it's only like $150 compared to, you know, like the Fishmans and the other stuffs, and those are way more expensive. They're like over $200 for sure. But you know, this is a very great solution. The Nux Stageman floor. Okay, let's get this next one. It's the sonicake sonicbar. I've seen some reviews for this. They sound pretty good. You know what? I got it for $80 off eBay. It's very nice. And you have, you know, 4 effects, which is great. You know, you got right here, all the way from the right, chorus, rock amp, which is like kind of plexi sound, a delay, and reverb. So I'm gonna switch to the electric setting here. Now, what's cool about this is it has a cab sim, which is nice, and I'm gonna use it because I'm just going directly to a mixer, not a electric amp. So I'm gonna turn that on. It sounds like this. You get a nice fuller sound versus when it's off. So, you know, it's very dry, but you have more of a cab sim right there going, which is nice. Okay, let's first, you know, these kind of pedals, we'll start with, actually, you know, we'll start with a clean tone. So, let's turn on the reverb first. It's not, and it glows, which is nice. So it's sort of like a spring reverb. Not exactly, but sort of. Okay. Alright. Then let's try the chorus on this one. So I have 2 choruses. See how this one sounds. Can't really tell a difference. Let's see. Let's turn some knobs here. Let's turn. This is the speed and depth. So I'm going to turn up the speed. See where that gets us. Alright, not too bad. Let's turn up the depth now. That's pretty decent. But I suspect that this will sound a lot better with the rock amp. But before that, let me turn on the delay. This is just more of an analog delay. Oh, that's a lot of repeats. Let me turn down the repeats of that. Yeah. And then the time, let's do a little bit faster. You know, the one thing that is kind of a downside of this is that there's no tap tempo. So this delay is kind of like, you know, just kind of gotta set it. And if you're using like real time, it's kind of a hassle. But hey, for $80, it's still pretty good, you know, and it's still very solid construction of them. So, yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, now, let me turn off the delay and the chorus for now. Let's turn on the rock amp, see what that gets us. Pretty nice. Let me turn on delay. Not too bad, you know. So, yeah. So, here's the thing. It's like, what if you wanted to use this in conjunction with that? So, let's go back to the acoustic setting. And, let me turn on the preamp. So, here's one thing I didn't talk about. When I was on the Stageman before, I had the cap sim off. So that's the thing. When you have this chain together, this cap sim thing is crucial because usually when you do acoustic, you don't necessarily want the cap sim on. You want, but if you add the cap sim, it does kind of make it more mellow sound. But of course, it does make it sound more electric though. But without it, you know, you get the fuller range. So that's kind of a personal preference how you want to choose to use it. But let's say, you know, this reverb, you don't want to use the reverb on the Nux. You know, you have an option for another reverb. Or, you know, the chorus, if you don't like this chorus, you could use that chorus, you know? Let's see how that sounds with the acoustic. Oh, let's turn on the reverb this here, too. Now let's compare that chorus to this chorus right here. thing, this current setup right now is a little more subtle, so let's turn up the chorus. Again, let's compare that to that one. Honestly, they're about the same to me, so I can go either or. I could have maybe like 2 different choruses here, so that's nice. So I think for electric setting, this works out. Like acoustic setting, this works out really well because not only can you use the 2 effects here on the Nux, but you could combine them with stuff here. Let's try the delay now. So I have the reverb and delay. See how that works with an acoustic setting. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let me turn up that blend a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit better actually, that sounding. But that works. That works pretty well with acoustic. Now, if you're on an electric setting, if you leave this preamp on, let's see how that sounds. Obviously, without it, it's going to sound pretty dull. Right? There's no oomph. So you turn on the preamp. Now let's turn on the cap sim. Now that sounds better. So, here's the thing. It's, I guess you could kind of use this as your bass tone for your electric. Kind of have an electric sound that has good amount of headroom. And then let's see what happens if we try to combine the rock amp. Compare that there. And so this could kind of be your distortion kind of thing. Or, I'm kind of thinking maybe you could like really jack up the gain here or the volume. So you get more of a volume boost, maybe? So here. Maybe turn down the drive. No, that kind of changes the character too much. Compare that to that to that. It's a little louder. Maybe if I do some AC/DC maybe. Let's see how that sounds without the Nux pedal. Just a rock amp. I guess, you could just use this as your just kind of rhythmic distortion and then add the Nux as your boost. So you have 2 options here, If you want just a nice clean sound, headroom for the electric, that works perfectly fine, actually. Just nice. So you can kind of, use either as like a nice, clean, warm sounding, clean electric tone, or turn that off, turn on the rock amp, have that as like a distorted rock rhythm tone, and then turn this on for more gain. So yeah, that could work. It's not the best solution for like a clean boost, but it does work somewhat. It's not too bad. So yeah, this setup, along with this kind of guitar like acoustic sonic, will really, you can get a lot of different kind of options, or different varieties with the caps and on and off. If you want to make your acoustic sound more like an electric, an acoustic setting versus this. I think when you turn on the cab, I think you get a little more sustain. Yeah. So, I think the sky's the limit with just these two basic setups right here, where you don't have to go all digital. It's just all just turning knobs. And for a guy like me, that I like digital too, but honestly, I think this right here is, just hits the spot right here for me when it comes to just analog, like turning knobs like analog pedals. Now, granted, not all these effects, especially the sonicake, it's it looks analog, but it's really not. It's digital circuitry in here that you can kind of like change, and that's why it's cheaper, but it's still made pretty well. And it's some Chinese company probably, and you'll notice like eBay or on Amazon, like these kind of like products, right? Like the sonicake, or there's like other ones like what's another, like a Moon Joyo, Donner and stuff like that. They all have the similar kind of layout. I think they're all made in the same factory, but like I think they're all like ripped off the Tech 21 like fly rig design. But I mean, you know, it's a pretty good sound and it works. Now the fly rig is completely analog. This one is pretty much all digital. However, this Nux Stageman, this is pretty much like everything that's not effects, but just like the preamp and like the scoop, the notch, and all stuff. That all should be analog, and then the rest, the reverb, of course, are digital. But what's also cool about this Stageman, and I'm blabbing on, but you can have a choice between piezo and magnetic, this dip switch here in the back, or that's got a ground loop lift. And another cool thing is, if you have an effects pedal like a compressor or whatever you want to use, you can loop through here. So it's like there's so much stuff you can do here. And what's cool, this is a built-in looper itself. I mean, what doesn't this have? It's crazy. But what's kind of cool is if I play a note or a chord, I can freeze that note. And with this ambiance, you can like kind of like solo over it. Now the thing is, you have to keep it held down, so that's a negative thing. But this thing is jam packed, and this was like $150. And I know it seems like a lot, but compared to like something like from Fishman, Boss, or like the holy grail for me is the T-Rex Soulmate. That thing's like $500. This definitely doesn't break the bank. This is good. This definitely doesn't break the bank at all. It's great. This one's sonicake. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this in-depth kind of review demo kind of thing. But I think, man, this setup is like such a great setup. Like as far as diversity and just being like, what do you call that? Versatile. Now the only thing is, I would say it probably wouldn't be the best setup for real time. I should say, yeah, real time, like gigging. It can work for sure, but I don't know. I think when you gig real time, like when you're gigging, you want actually more simpler setup. Actually, probably, but that's me. But this, man, I can't wait to keep using this, make more videos and that kind of stuff. Using this, just these two pedals, I mean, I do have like other like digital like boss rigs and stuff like that, and but I like to keep it simple. So I hope you enjoy this.